Hello, 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 hello. Hey, everyone. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. So this is going to be a really, just kind of a quick little discussion. We just want to catch up with you all and just kind of talk about what is going on, especially one um, here on YouTube. And we wanted to come on here because one, I think this can affect all YouTubers, and I feel like this is definitely something that we all have to be as YouTubers. We all have to be very careful about, and also the people who report like bloggers, and this can affect bloggers just in general. And I feel like this case, the Cardi B versus Tasha K, can I think it can just affect everyone. Yeah, it can just affect everyone here on YouTube, and I feel like we can learn a lot from it, especially what happened in this case. So we are here to talk about pretty much this case and what happened overall, and kind of the response that it's been getting. So once again, hello everyone. My name is Sin. I'm one half of Sisters Talk TV, and here.
And I am Lucy, of course, one other half of Sisters Talk TV. All right, so just like Sin said, so we're going to be having a discussion of what has been taking place with the Tasha K and Cardi B case. And we just kind of want to voice our opinion as well, and just kind of some of the stuff that we've seen throughout the entire case, and specifically yesterday when Tasha K, gave her verdict statement on her show. And we just kind of want to just kind of like reflect on that and just kind of give you our some of our what we thought. And we'll just go from there. All right, Sam.
Hi everyone. Okay, so let us know. I see some people already coming into the room. Say hi. What are your thoughts on the case? And we're going to kind of give our thoughts on the case, and you let us know what you're so far. What did you think about it? So, um, all right. So I hope everyone I hope everyone kind of knows what's going on with the case. But if you're not, we'll just kind of give you a quick summary on what is the case. So before we get started, we just want to say that we want to put out a disclaimer first. Like, everything that we're saying is just our opinion only. It doesn't have any effects on the individual. We're just kind of doing a summary on the Tasha K versus Cardi B. And we want to put out a disclaimer here, but for some reason, it's not allowing us um, to put it out on the screen. So, Lucy, is there a way you can just read out the disclaimer?
Yes,
the copyright disclaimer?
Let me go ahead and do that. Let me see. Yeah, we can't actually see it. Let me see. Okay, we can just go ahead, and then in the meantime, while I figure it out, I'll just read it in between. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. And again, if you are just coming into the room, please do hit that like button, and also subscribe if you haven't. And we'll just get to it. So Sin, just kind of give us like a brief background on the Cardi B and Tasha K case until now.
All right, so Cardi B and Tasha K, they went to court, last week, and also the verdict was reached a couple days ago. We kind of already know what the verdict is. Tasha K is granted to pay Cardi B about $3.2 million. That is a lot of money. So this has been going on for almost 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, and it is due to I'm just gonna put allegation that Tasha K made against Cardi B, disclosing medical history of hers. This medical history claimed that Cardi B had a untreated STI. Untreated STI. So this is the disclaimer, the allegation that Tasha K made against Cardi B. And Cardi B, asked Tasha K, can you please take this down? This is like defamation of character, and this is something that should not be put out there, even though, according to Tasha, according to Cardi B, it's actually, it's not true. And that's like, that's not something that you don't want to make against somebody, especially revealing something that's untrue, and especially against their um, in their medical records. And Tasha K, she stood firm in her belief, or, her stance, like, this is true. Someone told me this. And yeah, and because of that, Cardi B filed a lawsuit against Tasha K. And Cardi B has been trying to come to an understanding with Tasha K, like, please take this down. She was even willing to pay her. And Tasha K said, nah, like, she's not going to take this down. This is, according to her, this is true. So that's kind of where the background. I know I'm probably missing a whole bunch of things, but I'm just kind of giving you guys a summary, especially for those who are not privy to that information. So yeah, so the verdict came out. Pretty much Tasha K lost. Tasha K lost this verdict. And she's going to pay Cardi B $3.2 million. And Tasha K came out with a statement, her official statement, yesterday, in regards to her thoughts in all of this. So Lucy, I'll go ahead and let you take over in that.
Yeah, so again, like Sin said, the verdict, Tasha K came out yesterday to kind of read the verdict. I mean, not read the verdict, but to kind of like give us a little speech. As we all saw yesterday, it was about like 12 to 13 minutes, and she kind of, came out to say that, she's just kind of give her own perspective of what happened. And then we realized in the speech that, because initially we thought it was going to be like a thank you, I accept this, maybe like also a semi apology to whatever happened, and maybe I kind of like own up to what she said or what she did. But again, that's not what we got. Instead, we kind of got like it was looking like she was going to ask for an appeal. Just on what we thought, like kind of like what we observed, it looked like she was going to have wanting a retrial or like an appeal for the verdict that that was read to her. And it just did not look, based on again my observation, it just did not look like she was happy with that decision. And it just seemed like it was more so a shift blaming than more so of, okay, I take accountability for what I did or for what I said. And she was shift blaming. She kept referring to machines as maybe possibly a court. And I thought the machine for me was Cardi B that she was referring to. And Sin, you thought it could have been like she was talking about maybe like the corporation and like, possibly Cardi B, like a mixture.
Yeah, so
but she kept emphasizing that. Okay, go ahead, Sin.
I'll say, let's kind of talk about let's dissect her speech that she gave to all of her supporters, the winos, that's what she calls all of her supporters. So she obviously, let's pick up some things that we learned from her speech. One, we saw that it was written for her. She was reading it, and it was written for her. Maybe her lawyers wrote it out for her. And pretty much the overall conclusion that we got from her speech is, one, in her mind, she feels that she's not guilty. She thinks that she's not guilty. She feels very strong in her stance, even though the court has already said, I think it's Latasha Kibi, you are guilty of, like you're guilty according to the court. You're guilty. You have to pay Cardi B the $3.2 million. So she's also saying that she wants a retrial. Pretty much, she wants a retrial. She wants to counteract the verdict. And also she does not feel like she doesn't feel like she's being protected. And that's what, to me, I feel like she says she doesn't feel protected by the law. That's what I'm getting from it, because she's referring to them as the machine. She's referring to them as machine. And she feels that the reason why she lost this case is because one, Cardi B has a machine behind her, the law that's behind her. Like, how would it look like to the law that you have a celebrity who lost against a blogger? How would that look? So that's why she feel like most likely it was politics had to play politics played a big role in the reason why she lost. Politics played a big role because you have Cardi B. So let's think about it. Cardi B versus Tasha K. Cardi B versus Tasha K. In politics, how would that, Cardi B loses to a blogger named Tasha K. You know, like how would that look? So that's pretty much what I am getting that she is saying. What I'm getting that she is saying. So that's what she's calling them, a machine. And also um she feels like she it was the verdict was she didn't feel pretty much Tasha K standing in her sense. She doesn't feel like she's guilty. And they're going for another verdict. They want another verdict, and she's willing to do whatever it takes. She even says she has to go, even if she goes takes the trial to the Supreme Court.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Help Sin.
Now, Tasha
Okay.
K. Go ahead.
Okay. So yes, thank you for really dissecting that. It's really hard to not to laugh about this, but it was definitely like a show yesterday, and I don't want to call it the SHIT show yesterday, but again, let me just give you my perspective of what I did, what I thought about her speech yesterday. Initially, I think overall the reason why Tasha K is not accepting any type of accountability, or given like a speech saying that, okay, you know what, I was wrong, and the verdict was read. I lost the case.
So
I think. Go ahead, Sin.
no, go ahead. I was just letting them know that we were having some technical difficulty. I think you lost connection. You lost.
Oh,
You
okay.
went out a
Yes,
little bit.
I think it depended on her ego. I think her ego has a lot to do with why Tasha K is in this particular um issue that she is, and this whole K, this whole, how do I what name should I use for this disaster that she's in, because it's really a disaster. I think it has a lot to do with her ego from the get-go. I know, like, there was various chances that Cardi B had given her to, take those videos down. I think there was a settlement, and everything was just rejected. And Tasha K wanted to really go to court. And now, even though when she was in court, there was, people were saying that, she testified, and, she basically said that, what she said about Cardi B was not the truth. All that rumors was not, all the allegations were not the truth. And she said it at, in a court of law. So it's like, now when she's here, yesterday, her statement, it was just like, she's just kind of like contradicting herself with everything that, she said and she did. So I think, again, it's just a very huge like shit show, and it did not look good for her. I mean, I like the fact that her, she had a written statement. As you can see, she was looking on a piece of paper. Maybe her lawyers wrote it out for her. But again, I think that the best thing for Tasha K at that moment was to really come out and say, you know what, I lost. I take accountability for what happened. At this moment, I'm going to try to, possibly rebrand or see what I can do different. To keep my fan base, my supporters. But we didn't get any of that. It seemed like she was just shifting the blame, and she was, not taking accountability. And that brings me to another point where people are referring to her as a narcissist. I don't think that Tasha K is a narcissist. I think that she just lacks accountability. She doesn't like, she has an ego. Again, I think that the reason why she's here at the moment, she's here at like this mess that she's in right now is because of her ego. Tasha K has a big ego, and Sin, you can definitely agree with me on this.
Absolutely. She does have it looks like she just had a big ego. And I think like what I was getting was that she felt like someone like Cardi, how could she lose to someone like Cardi B? Like, how can out of all Latasha K, how can I absolutely lose to someone? I think that's what she was thinking. Like, there's no way I'm going to lose to Cardi B. I mean, I am Tasha K, like the Tasha K. Like, I cannot lose to like someone that was on Love and Hip Hop. You know, how can I like? I think that's what she was thinking. Like, how can I possibly lose to Cardi B? There's no way. So I feel like came into the she came into the trial with like her big ego, like this is Cardi B, and I'm Tasha K. Like I'm not going to lose. So I think that's what kind of like it hasn't set into reality that she lost to Cardi B. Like she lost to the Cardi B. I think that has set into the reality. And let's think about it. Like, okay, in like, where do you like? Where's your Lucy? When we look at the whole trial, where's your stance? And we look at the message that Tasha K put out. Do you feel like this whole thing could have been resolved? Do you feel like they needed to take it to the court, to high courts? Do you feel like where's your stance? Because she's saying that her the First Amendment pretty much is like the First Amendment is freedom of speech, right? The First Amendment is freedom of speech. She feels that like that is being taken away from her. And if we allow that, like this verdict to stand, it's gonna affect all bloggers. That's what I'm really getting. Like it's gonna affect all bloggers. But it is. But if we look at it, it's like, is it really freedom of speech? Like you putting out there that you're disclosing someone's private information, right? Their medical, whether it's true or if it's not true. Like someone's medical records is like something that's like a big no. You don't disclose that. Like it's a violation to their privacy. Just like it's a violation, you never disclose someone's HIPAA, you know, whether it's true or it's not true.
Right. And I
You know?
definitely send. So let me just also add to that is that yes, Tasha K has a freedom of speech. I think that we all do. I think that's our right with the First Amendment
We all
is freedom
do.
of
We all
speech.
do. Yeah.
But I think that what Tasha K, I think it's you made a great point, and I think that it's the fact that I think that if she was looking more down on Cardi B, I would say necessarily for her to come up with this vicious allegations about Cardi B, I think she was definitely looking down on her, and she did not expect for her to lose. Now, I don't know whether Tasha K understands what HIPAA really protects, or what the difference between HIPAA and First Amendment, because there's a huge difference when you're speaking of when you're speaking First Amendment, and then you're talking about medical information, people's medical information. Yeah, so I think that Tasha K really definitely crossed the line. I think that she just does not understand. And when she made those, when she did say those things about Cardi B, I don't think she was saying these are allegations. I think she was saying that they were true. And she did not have a proof of whether or not, these were actually, whether or not, Cardi B had this, this STI, or, these allegations that she was alleging. So I think that, this has nothing to do with First Amendment. Now, you have a right to, give your opinion and, and speak your mind. But again, when you're speaking of someone's medical information, that is they're protected under HIPAA. And that is, especially if you're saying it's true without, without saying it's allegations, and you're assisting,
Mm-hmm.
even countless of times when you were told to
Implying.
take it down, you were still implying that these were true. Now, when you were, summoned to court and you were, in front of the court of law, and you also said that you lied about none of this was true. And now with your statement yesterday, you're saying that, you're basically still standing on your ground, knowing that, this person has won this case, knowing that Cardi B has won this case. And if she wanted, she could also, take you to court for perjury again, because it's not like you're not really understanding how vicious, these lies that you have, what you have done. You don't understand, that you can actually, you can actually I don't think she actually understands that there could be also more, they could also charge her for more. Like, they can, get more information from her, or charge her for charge her more for the stuff that she's, especially with that statement yesterday. I really do think that, if that was Cardi B, I think that she has more upper room to really take her to court again.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk about the statement. She said, I have raised a 15-year-old who is an honor student. I have a 2-year-old. Well, what about Cardi B's children? What about her kids? How does it feel like for her kids to grow up and know that, oh, someone said this about, revealed, allegations about her mother, her parents' medical records. Regardless if Cardi B is a celebrity or is not a celebrity, what about her kids? You're bringing up your kids. What about Cardi B's kids? What about culture? What about her new baby? Kids grow up too. Kids have to read all these things about their parents. So she's, as long as, just like you're protecting your kids, she's also protecting her kids as well.
Right. And it's so funny that she mentioned the kids, that she brought the kids in the situation. When you, let's really be honest, when you came out and you made this allegations about Cardi B, were you thinking about her kids, Tasha K? And now that, the verdict has been read, you want to bring your daughters, that you're raising, your daughter. Like, I don't understand how, in terms of, you both are mothers. You both are raising daughters. So at the end of the day, it's like there's no win-win situation. You should not have to bring your daughter in this. I'm not sure if this was a sympathy gig that she wanted to get from us, but she didn't get it from me, because I'm looking at it from both sides. Cardi B has a daughter, and so do you. The lies that you put out about Cardi B definitely can't really, if her daughter was to put her mother's name on Google or search for a mother, she could possibly pull out this information, and you don't know how it could possibly make her, like, really, think about her mother and make her feel about her mother. It's not a good look either. It's not. You didn't think about her kids, her family, when you were putting this allegations, and wish you should have said these were allegations out there. It's like you definitely did this to really, I think this came from a place of like, how do I say this? You were really trying to hurt her, because you still, after you were told to take it down, Tasha K, you still had this up, and you still insisted that this was true. So it's like you were doing it at a place of hurt. You were trying to hurt Cardi B. Now, I don't know what her issue with Cardi B is, but it definitely seemed like this was personal.
Right. It definitely seemed like it was personal. And it's just like, once it's just an ego. It's definitely an ego. And then we have to ask ourselves, out of from Tasha K's, her her the broadcast that she made on YouTube in regards to the verdict. How many of you all are standing with Tasha K? How many of you all do you agree with Tasha K as saying? Do you feel like bloggers, because of this verdict, it has an effect on bloggers or YouTubers in regards to the First Amendment? Because
Yes, and
she's
that's a
really emphasizing on that. She's really emphasizing on this First Amendment thing. Like the machine, they're trying to pretty much she's saying that the machine is trying to silence us. She feels like she's being silenced.
I let me say something, Sam. Let me say something. I honestly I don't know where Tasha K is, what amendment she's looking at, but there is definitely an integrity issue here. And I think that Tasha K is definitely lacking integrity. As a news broadcaster, she comes up here, she's definitely lacking integrity because allegations, and this is of course we know this. When you're making like allegations, which I would say these are allegations, she did not say these are allegations. She basically said that these were true. Like she didn't say, oh, this is just, this is my opinion, I'm just speaking. She's just basically saying this is true. What I'm saying about her is true. Now, yes, you have the right to say, speak on in terms of Cardi B. You have the right to voice your opinion, but not when it comes to medical records and you're not even putting any allegations on it. You're saying that it's true. Now, if you have some sort of document, on her records or something, and that's a different, that's a totally different case. So I think that what Tasha K is lacking again is also integrity. I think for her personally, this is she's that's what she's dealing with personally. This is an internal conflict that she has to deal with. This has nothing to do with other bloggers, because other bloggers, when we say something, or when we hear stuff about stars or celebrities, we make sure there is a disclaimer, or we say, oh, these are allegations, or this is what I'm hearing. I don't know if this is to be true. So I think that she's speaking for herself, because I don't think that we all feel the same way. So yeah, so Sin, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I just feel like she's trying to rally a troop of, you know, because of this. You can definitely tell like her body language, her, the sympathy, telling her background story of how she started her blog in 2015, working as a server. You can definitely tell she's definitely employing the sympathy gig. Wearing the white, her hair is pulled back. You know, I think that's definitely what she is implying, that we all have to stand together as bloggers. I don't know if she's saying as bloggers, as people of color. We need to stand together against the machine. The machine being politics. Maybe the machine being, you know, uh, machine being, you know, like I don't know what she's exactly what she's implying by the machine, or being like people against. I'm not sure if she's implying maybe people against people of color, or maybe people against bloggers, or maybe people against you know um, YouTuber. Just something, because she keeps implying the machine. It's like you can't really use the machine without specifying who the machine is. So she's leaving it as ambiguous as possible. You know, take it how you want it. So you can definitely see that she is employing a sympathy card, like, we all have to gather together. And she's feeling that she is being marginalized, especially being a small. I wouldn't say Tasha K is really a small blogger. She's pretty a big blogger, but she definitely feels like she's being shut down. She's being told to shut up. She's being told to, not to speak anymore. And I think that's why she's probably upset at the whole verdict. Or it could be ego.
I personally, I think that it's an ego thing, because like when we go back, I think before this case, they have been going at this for about 3 years, right? Like 3 years until now. So I believe that there's behind the scene work where Cardi B's lawyer and her lawyer, they're probably a settlement, and they were asking for a settlement, and Tasha K was like, no, we're going to court. So Tasha K had intentions of going to court. So I think that, it's just an ego thing. So that's just my take on this. Definitely ego thing. I don't think, I don't think that she's sorry. Even still today, she did not even apologize. There was no accountability to her speech. It was just like, you know what, I'm not going to give up. It's like I'm going to ask for an appeal. That's what I saw from there. So anyway, so yeah, hello, hi B, hi, hello. Yeah, so send any last minute, like, because I know this was just a short one. Any last minute, like round up, anything that you want to say before we round up the discussion?
Yeah, so just let us know in the chat or in the comments. Are you standing behind Tasha K? You know, this as YouTubers, we're all here, YouTubers, especially, if you're like if you're watching or maybe you're not a YouTuber, you just kind of like to listen to different YouTubers' commentaries and stuff. Let us know. Are you standing behind Tasha K? Do you feel like she was wrong? Do you feel like she was marginalized? Do you feel like the verdict was, kind of meant for her to, like, quote unquote, to shut up? Or do you feel like she's being told to shut up? And are you gonna stand behind her as an yeah, are you going to stand behind her? Do you feel like she was at fault? Do you feel like she wasn't at fault? And yeah, just let us know. Are you standing behind her? I know her winos are probably standing behind her, but let us know. Um, do you feel like the verdict was wrong? Or no, I wouldn't say the verdict was wrong. Do you feel like um maybe like her stance wasn't completely heard? Like what are your thoughts so far?
Right, same here. Same. We definitely okay. So sorry. B said I think the verdict was accurate, but I still will watch her. Okay. So B said she'll still watch her. Okay. Okay. Now another question I would like to also leave out. Do you think that she should rebrand, not necessarily rebrand, but really focus on more like her interview style when she brings celebrities onto her show, and she do like an interview kind of like go for an interview? Do you feel, or she should, continue with bringing her tea? And what do you guys think about that? But yeah, this was definitely a good little discussion that we had. So we'll just be closing it up. Thank you guys so much again for stopping by. Again, leave your thoughts in the comment section. And yeah, and B said one more. She said she's already changed Get Style since the lawsuit. Get Style since the lawsuit. Okay.
Yeah. It's no more like breaking news. It's more like she's actually interviewing. So I think like yeah, she's actually interviewing the people and then they're like spilling it. So she's
Spilling the
not
tea.
spilling
And
it
I
herself.
actually, yes, and I actually think that is a good. No, no, no. I actually like the fact that she's bringing, whatever happens, it won't be on her. It would necessarily be
Her
like,
hands are clean.
yeah, her hands are clean. So I think that Tasha K she's definitely rerouting. She already rerouted, but I think that she should stick with this. Just stick with this, and
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's
But we'll
it.
yeah. But we'll keep watching. If you're in the replay, if you're watching the replay, let us know what your thoughts are on this verdict. Yeah, let us know. We would love to hear from you and also your intake in this. We'll try to keep you all updated in regards to this whole Tasha K and Cardi B. Uh, we'll just definitely try to keep you guys updated. And just if you like our kind of our commentary in regards to this. I know there's so much stuff still going on out there, but because we're such in a time constraint, we will maybe we'll do another live tomorrow and just uh, definitely include our inputs and stuff. And yeah, hey, Sincere Kraken, you said I'm still a wino sisters. Okay, we still have some winos out there, supporting her, which is it's good. People are still, people are really, really behind her, and she's trying to definitely gather more people to stand behind her. So yeah, I think that's definitely the big take is people don't think that it's not fair that that took celebrity side. So she feels that the so pretty much like I was saying, when she says the machine, she feels that the machine took celebrity side instead of Tasha. Yeah, I think that's what she's initially implying, sincere crack. And I definitely think that is what she is implying, that that the machine or the court took a celebrity side. And I know there's some more people still coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you all for coming in. Let us know what your thoughts are in regards to this Tasha K's response.
Right. And I mean, and with the one, and then with her supporters as well. Do you felt like, Tasha, what do you feel? What did you think about her statement yesterday? Did you sense any accountability within her case, or do you felt like she was just, lingering away from that, or do you actually feel like she has anything to be accountable for? What are your thoughts on that? Definitely. We just want to hear what your thoughts are, especially if you are a Let us know, and how you're feeling right now. Because again, Tasha K is not a small, she's definitely not a small YouTuber. Her name is definitely out there. And one thing I also like to say is that this is also an exposure for Tasha K. So Tasha K, yeah, it really is. Now it could be that she doesn't want to she doesn't want to hold herself accountable to anything. And on the other hand, she's like, why not? This is exposure for me. I'm still going to keep what I said, and stick to it. That's probably why she went to court. Excuse me. She didn't settle, she decided to take it to court because possibly it could be an exposure to other different things, because her name is definitely out there. You see all these different mainstreams. Everyone definitely has her name, Cardi B versus Tasha K. Her name is definitely out there. When you put her on Google, you do a research, you see Tasha K versus Cardi B. So it could be like she wanted that exposure as well. That's why she was like, you know what, let's go to court. So another thing, Crack and Sincere says she spoke on the agenda in the industry. So elegant.
Just imagine if she won.
Exactly. And then Sin said, just imagine if Tasha K actually won that case yesterday.
Yeah, let's think about it. Tasha K, a blogger, wins against a Grammy winner, Grammy nominated artist like Cardi B, who makes millions of dollars. Just imagine if the Tasha K, Latasha Kibi, imagine if she had actually won this case. So I feel like that is why she did go to court. That's the only reason why she went to court. One, exposure. You guys everyone thinks, oh, Tasha K. Tasha K is very smart, guys. She's really, really smart. She's a smart cookie. She knows exactly what she's doing. Win or lose. Yeah. Yes, she has a lot of pride. Yes. I definitely think she has a lot of pride, and she has a lot of pride, but she knew what she was doing by going to court with Cardi B because of the exposure. But the sad thing is, let's say if the verdict was not overturned, she still has to pay that $3.2 million to Cardi B. So I think it's a win lose situation. The win is she got exposure. The loss is she does have to pay that lump sum of money.
Yeah, and that's not small money. That's actually a lot of money if you think about it. It does not matter how much Tasha K, is bringing in, what her income is or what her revenue is. At the end of the day, that's a lot of money. And we're all trying to keep our pockets growing. And I'm pretty sure, Tasha K didn't, want this, but it's the fact that, she's like, what, why not just go to court? And I feel like she knew she was going to lose. But, she's just like, why not just go at it? Because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm still going to be in the main, I'm still going to get that. My name is going to be out there. Different different media, different, what is this? medias are going to be carrying my name, so why not just go to court and, and just thug this out? So that's a good point. That's actually a good point.
As in, yeah, like it is because I mean she's gonna get so much exposure. Like come on, we're even talking about this. And you guys know we don't really talk about much things that goes on YouTube, but this pulled this out. We were like, we need to actually talk about this because one, it can affect like YouTube. First, it can affect YouTubers, bloggers, how people report things. Like this is a big case. Just imagine if Tasha K had won this. That means everyone, like if she had won this, just imagine small YouTube. It'll give YouTubers so much inspiration. Like not YouTubers, but bloggers. Like if Tasha K won this, shoot, let me go to trial with a celebrity. Like,
but I mean, make sure.
Let me go to trial with
sure
the
you have the
celebrity.
money. Make sure you have the money, because like
Exactly.
make sure, because I'm pretty sure even the lawyers that they were definitely paid. So make sure you do also have some money to also give away, because I'm pretty sure Tasha definitely has. I have to say, since she definitely lost a lot, like, but again, her name, if it's good for her, then if it's okay for her, then I guess it's okay for us, because her name is out there. When you Google Cardi B, you see Tasha K. So her name is attached. Okay, let's do some of these comments. Lisa Girl said, Tasha is not all bad. What she did to Cardi are you trying to say what she did to Cardi was bad? Yeah, we can definitely agree. Now, I don't watch Tasha K, but I do have to say that what she did to Cardi B was bad. And another thing people are saying, that people are comparing what Cardi has done in the past, and then how Cardi B has talked about people the stuff that she said, and then they're kind of comparing it to with what's going on now with her and Tasha K. And that's not really something you can compare, because again, these are two different situations. Tasha K is on trial for something that she said that could not been proven. She was basically alleged that someone had an incurable disease.
STI.
Yes. So you can't compare that. Tasha K is the one who's on trial here. She's the one who's on trial. And it's there. You can't compare.
She's the defendant.
Yeah, so she's the defendant. And it's not about, we can't bring about what happened with Cardi B in the past. We need to focus on, Latasha Kebe and what she said, the allegations, and focus on Cardi B at this moment. So I think that a lot of people are really, taking it like just bringing unnecessary, how do I say this, like information onto the case that we shouldn't just look at. We know who's on trial here, and that's Tasha K. Like, for the stuff that she said that was not true. Sincere said, once WAP came out, everything in celebrity favor. Sin, what do you have to say about this comment? Like,
I think that's the biggest thing. I can see where some people are saying like, okay, like Tasha, the courts favored Cardi B because she's a celebrity, and it's just like everyone knows Cardi B, so it's more likely it could be a little bit skewed, and the verdict could be a little bit skewed, and the verdict can be a little bit biased. Now, guys, I am no lawyer. I don't, I'm not a lawyer or anything. I'm just kind of, looking at it from a standpoint. If someone, let's just really think about this, guys. If someone made an allegation about you, regardless if you're a celebrity or not, if someone made an allegation about you, and there is an allegation saying that, okay, quote unquote, that, I don't know, like maybe you have something, and there's no records to prove it, like, and they're still insistent in this, and still insistent that this is something that you have, and you don't, how would you feel? How would you feel? I mean, you've already, they can't provide any records or anything saying that you have this. How would you feel if you were that person? how would you feel? I know for me, no, like, it's like you're insisting something that I don't have. You're implying, and I'm telling you no, and I've already tried to make amends with you. Why are you still insisting this? To me, I just feel like it's a little it's a little vindictive, you know? It's just a vindictive, like, I'm telling you this, but you're still insisting. It's a little vindictive. Let's think about it. It's a little vindictive.
It's definitely. I feel like there was a personal vendetta why
Hmm.
Tasha K still persisted. Even the work that was done behind the scenes, like the settlements, and she was still wanting to go to court. So I think this was definitely This was definitely personal,
It's
and it was
personal.
vindictive. Yeah. So
It's
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and I already see some of our peoples. Hi, Ramona G. It's been such a while since, we've been on here. Hi, Ramona. Hi, once again, Sincere, Evelyn. Hey everyone for stopping by. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, so pretty much what we were saying is definitely a vindictive, but I think that she just wanted to just go to court just to say, yes, I went to court with B Cardi B. We can look at it like that. Like, yes, she went to court with the Cardi B. Imagine if she lost. I mean, sorry, imagine if she won. Imagine if Tasha K won this case, guys. Imagine how that, what if she did win? And also, I think that it could be also her ego would not allow her to just say, like, would not allow her to let go. Her ego would not have allowed her to let go. It could be also her ego, her pride, and also another thing is like she could look at it like, I mean, how can I possibly lose to Cardi B? Like Cardi B, the ex, you know, um, love and hip hop star. How can I lose to an ex, exotic dancer? How can I lose to someone like Cardi B? I mean, I'm Tasha K. How can I lose to Cardi B? So I think she could also look at it as a way that she's looking down on Cardi B. She could also look at it as a way that she wants to gain exposure. She could also look at it as a way like it could also be her ego. It could be a lot of things. It honestly could be a lot of things. But yeah.
Okay, so Sin, okay, so I'm just gonna try to because we did say we have to wrap it up, but I do want to get to something. And this is a comment from Evelyn Torrance. She said, "I will never support this lady. Her channel needs to go. I never want to see her on YouTube again." So a lot of people I've been hearing different people saying, take her channel down. And although she has taken those videos down, and again, like on her statement yesterday, she took it down because it was court order. So I guess she was saying that if the court did not order her, she would not have taken those videos down. So, which brings to my question: do you think that she should have gotten her channel taken down? And in addition to her, paying that $3.4 million to Cardi B, do you feel like YouTube, they should have also ordered for her YouTube to be taken down?
Okay. So do I feel like, oh, this is so tough. I don't know. It's really tough. Does her channel need to be taken down? Uh, like, does some of this, the, okay, in the whole verdict, should it include her channel being taken down and should it include her paying the 3.2? I feel like 3.2 is already a lot of money. Yeah, I feel like I don't think her channel necessarily has to be taken down. But I know I was looking at some people they were saying that that's why she created another channel just in case the channel that she did report that allegation on gets taken down. She'll still have her second channel. So I was reading some of that, but I don't know. But I don't think her channel needs to be taken down. I think that she just needs to pay the 3.2. I mean, $3.2 million is a lot of money. Like that is actually a lot of money. I don't
It's a
even know if is she
it's
even bringing that much that she's able to pay 3.2 million? I was thinking maybe $1 million, but they said 3.2. Like my jaw dropped. Like I was like, what? That is a lot of money.
It's a lot. And I honestly, as much as what she, the stuff that her what Tasha K has been, saying, and a lot of people have, implied that, she does not have integrity, that she does, lie a lot. Again, we don't watch her, but, based on the stuff that, we've been hearing around these YouTube streams and people, coming out, not just one person, but, more than a lot of bloggers are saying this. And then when you think about, what she said about Cardi B, it's just like, okay, we can kind of like round this up. So I don't think that her YouTube should necessarily be taken, because again, that money is already a lot. I felt like, there's definitely some restrictions of, I think she definitely learned her lesson. That's why she's going to the interview route. She's interviewing celebrities now more so. So I think that she definitely learned her lesson. So hopefully, she herself will have more restrictions on what to actually put out there, when she's, reporting on celebrities. So that's all I have to say. I was never for her to like lose her channel, but I do think she needs to be more censored and more cautious and have a little bit more integrity when she's reporting on celebrities. So hopefully this is just a lesson. This teaches her a lesson, because I'm telling you, boy, oh boy, that settlement that she has to pay to Cardi B, listen, that's a lot of money. I mean, I don't know how much Tasha K is bringing in, but I mean, no, we're all trying to build. We're all
Like,
trying to build
I
our
don't know if she has to pay by installment. Like, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if she even has some kind of money just laying around. Because I know I don't. Like, $3.2 million.
And if you do, why would you be giving that kind of money out like that? Like, can we all agree here? Like, even if you do have that kind of, it's just like, why didn't Tasha K accept the settlement in the beginning? Okay,
I
why
would
didn't
have.
you know what? I'm going to accept the settlement, and I'll just take the loss. You know what? But she insisted that she goes to court. So maybe there was the reasons behind why she went to court. Maybe she wanted that exposure, like we said initially, because boy, oh boy, I knew if I didn't have, like a record saying that this is true, then, I would have just said,
Right.
I lied. I didn't tell the truth. But I definitely think it's an ego thing. Honestly, guys, I think it's an
definitely
ego thing.
ego thing.
Yeah, it's an ego thing. So for Tasha K. So let's see here. Let's look at first. I didn't want to see her channel, but after her statement yesterday, she needs to go. Okay, so Lisa says,
but okay, okay, go ahead. I have to, because I have something. I don't. Okay, I know some people want her channel to be taken down. I don't know. I think that okay, guys. I feel like the $3.2 million is already a humbling. But what about other problems? There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of problematic people here on YouTube that just report any kind of nonsense. I think that Tasha K is just not the only one. So if her channel gets taken down, a lot of these problematic people on YouTube's channel should also be taken down as well, because there's a lot of YouTubers that do have lawsuits against them currently. So all of their channel needs to be taken down. But I think that the 3.2 is a humbling experience. So hopefully she will learn, maybe I shouldn't do this again. I don't want to pay $3.2 million again.
I mean, oh man, I don't even want to think about it. I'm sorry, Tasha K, but that's a lot of money. And, I don't know if you do care, but even if I did have that type of money, I will not be giving it out, especially for something like that. No way.
Yeah.
That's like something you have, like, that I don't know if this is a monthly installment for you, but it's something like every month or so, or I don't know how the payment plan is going. It's just like now, it's just like you have to like worry about paying, Cardi, paying her, putting money in her
Cardi
pocket,
B,
adding to her riches, right? So it's just like, I don't know. And it's like now she has to go harder, especially when it comes to like her platform, bringing out her content, because, she has to do her due diligence. Like she has to, go knock out those installments.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read this. At first, I didn't want to see her channel, but after her statement yesterday, she needs to go for a while, like 4 years, because she hasn't learned anything. Okay, like like I was saying, like we were saying, I don't know if you guys were here when me and Sin was initially on. We said that, you know, she did not take accountability for anything yesterday. There was no accountability. I think she was shifting the blame and more so of the machine, which me and Sin, which I said that it could be she's referring to the machine as, you know, Cardi B and like, you know, the people behind her, or she's just, you know, talking about like, you know, the politics behind all of this, right? So it's just like she's not like, you know, she's not backing down. So I definitely agree with, you know, what you guys are saying. She didn't back down, or, you know, she didn't, you know, it's like she still hasn't learned anything. So I think that she's learned a little bit, because again, she's shifting her kind of like her like what she's doing now. She's not really reporting on celebrities. She's more of doing an interview. So I think that she's kind of learned a little bit when it comes to, you know, what comes in her channel, what she's actually bringing, her content. But I think that, you know, again, it's a pride thing, right, Lisa? It is definitely a pride thing. It's definitely an ego thing. Sin, we both said it. We both agreed to it. It's a pride thing for her.
Right.
Um, yeah, we can definitely agree on all these comments. So let's just see if we can find out. Sincere said Tasha K channel don't deserve to be taken down because their channel is not bad at all. Right, like we said, like there, like Sin said, there's a lot of problematic YouTubers are out here, and you guys know a lot of them. So if her channel gets to be taken down, so does every other problematic YouTuber. You know, who have what is this? Who have lawsuits against them as well. So if she's getting taken down, I believe that everyone else who's problematic should also be taken down, not just her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sincere said, I feel they are using her as an example so celebrities can get away with the dirt. Winos are still here to stay.
There was another one. Hold on, Ramona G. Okay, huh? So, okay, Ramona said she's reading from Donald Trump's playbook: deny and blame others for the fire started Tasha K. Trump. You guys are so funny. Oh my god. So, I mean, I definitely think that I think that the explanation that she wrote was written by her or by her lawyer. I mean, do we expect her to actually come in and say, "Oh yes, I was guilty"? No, she has to also, she's a defendant. She has to also defend herself as well too. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting her to say like, come out with like a State of the Union apology or anything to Cardi B.
Definitely not. I definitely wasn't expecting that. You know, I own up. I initially, it was me and Sin have said it from the beginning. This is a pride thing for Tasha K. So we did
It
not
is.
expect her. We did not expect her to really have an apology, nor take accountability for anything. But again, in the eyes of others, they saw it as no accountability was taken. So yeah,
Easy.
like even when Cardi B, the lawyers brought a settlement, they wanted a settlement with her. She still wanted to go to court. So I think that should tell you guys a lot about maybe there's a personal agenda behind her going to court.
Vendetta, exposure. This is all exposure. Ding ding, exposure, exposure, exposure. All this whole court thing, like Tasha's loving this. She's loving us, people.
So I think Sin went out. Sin, I think she went out. So basically, what we're saying is that this is exposure. Like I would
We
also say
have
that.
to go. Yeah, so everything, we'll just go through a few more comments and just if you're watching the replay, let us know what your thoughts are. We'll try to go live again tomorrow. We honestly will try to go live again tomorrow. It seems like you guys are enjoying this, and we really, we love the interaction. So we'll try to definitely go live again tomorrow. So someone, Lisa Girl said, those interviews are old. So those interviews that she did with, no, because she did another interview. She has another channel. She did one with Martell's mistress from Love and Marriage Huntsville. So she still does. She has changed up her style. So Ramona G said, take down the ones that spread malice lies. I think I actually agree with that. The videos that spread malice lies, I feel like those should be taken down. Her channel shouldn't be taken down, but I feel like that, some kind of compromise can be made. So Evelyn Torrance said she lies on the other content creators. She stays she will come after you when you say something she does like. It's more than Cardi. Yeah, just be like a pride thing. And the last comment, it says, "Yep, she did say the wrong thing, and you will see." Well, I don't know too much what to say about that. I think that everyone has a point here. Everyone is kind of like either they're against, they're not for Tasha, and some people are here for Tasha. We're kind of like, I mean, we can kind of see like, you know, where Tasha stands in all of this. And we kind of see her fault in this as well too. Yes, she did get a lot of exposure, guys. Like, this is a lot of exposure, and she's going to obviously make some kind of income from all this exposure. And like I said, let's think about this. What if Tasha won against Cardi B? What if she won this case? I think that's the biggest thing to think about. But guys, we have to go. Thank you all so much for coming in, tuning in with us. We will try to go live again tomorrow to talk about um, all of this. I'm sure more things will come out in regards to this case. We'll just try to keep you all updated. Thank you all so much. And if you're watching the replay, let us know what your thoughts are. And we really appreciate you all for coming in, especially during this lunchtime. Um, so we'll see you all soon. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. And if you haven't liked this video, make sure you like. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. So peace, love, and blessings. Bye, everyone. Bye. Signing out from Sisters Talk TV.